What's the mood of the team going back out there on the practice field after all that over the weekend?
Yeah, I think everybody's focused on what we've got to do. And that's the key is that we stay focused, on what we have to do, and um, you know, things that happen on the field, off the field. That we always just have to uh, put our eyes forward, our minds in the right spot, our hearts in the right spot, and we go from there.
What stood out in the film just from watching that game Saturday on the second half?
It's like any game, and I talked to the guys a lot, and we talked about it after this one. There's games that everybody thinks you played really good defense, and uh, there were little details that people didn't see that you were really close to playing not such good defense that game. And it's very much a game of inches. The ball bouncing your way, certain things happening, and I thought we were really close to playing a really good game on defense. But like that's in college football and pro football, doesn't matter. Like that is the difference. Like it's little things and little plays and execution plays and opportunities to get off on third down. Opportunities to, instead of being 3rd and 4, which is a much harder down. We could have had it at 3rd and 8, but that something happened. A guy slipped on second, or we missed a tackle, or it wasn't, we gave up leaky yards. All those things matter. And so we just continue to push forward and try to improve each week. But again, I'm proud of their effort. I love how they work. They come out here each and every week. They want to get coached. They don't take it personal. The coaching staff, we don't take it personal. We look at ourselves in the mirror and say, hey, there's things that we need to do better coaching-wise. For me, I got to make some better calls in certain situations. So we're all just trying to continue to improve each and every week so we can get ready to play, the best game we can.
These all fall into the category of fixable.
They do, yeah. I think they're all very fixable issues. Now, there's a lot of times that you've played bad defense and it's fixable, and if they're just way too much fixable, it's bad. I think it's not to that extreme right now. But what you can't do is you can't keep having little brush fires pop up everywhere. And so you fix these two things, but then these two things break. You see those cartoons when you're trying to plug the holes of the pipes, right? We just need to be able to tighten a few things, and it's fully secure. So we're moving in that direction. We still have a ways to go to be the defense that we want to be. Standing there at the end of the year and say, okay, that's the defense we expected to be.
How do you evaluate the play of the safeties for 2 weeks?
You know what? I think at times really good. We had a couple of missed tackles, in this past game that they're tackles that I expect those guys to make, and they expect them to make. So, for their standards, last game was probably not their best, and they'd be the first to say that. But the great thing about all three of those guys is, again, they love to be coached. They come out here, they love to work. Their effort on a practice field is as good as anybody out here every single day. And so, hey, listen, coaches, players, media members, we all have bad days. They know it. They've taken the corrections, and now they're ready to have another good day.
On Monday, Coach Stoops mentioned that you guys came back in Sunday night, stayed kind of late working and game planning and things like that. He's kind of emotional talking about how close the staff is. What's this week been like for you guys?
Yeah, obviously with everything going on, we are very close, and we take it all personal. Wins, losses. If somebody on the team, their son's playing a football game, we want them to win. Like we take that high school game seriously. So we're all connected in this, and it's something that makes this place special. And it's the reason that Coach has been able to have the continuity he has, because he's built that. And, you know, we've all been through a lot, you know, since for my 5+ years now going on. So, no, but it's a family.
Coach Stoops kind of mentioned going back and watching some of Coach Moorhead's old Mississippi State tape. I don't know if you guys had the chance to watch the tape yet, but if you have, just kind of can you compare like the two offenses that he ran at Mississippi State and Akron?
Yeah, you know, Coach Moorhead's such a good offensive mind. He is like beyond creative. I remember that was it was my second SEC game that I had a call as a coordinator, and we'll call it as it is. Like he ate my lunch that day, and I've always had such great respect for him. And you know, then the job he did at Oregon after Mississippi State, and then to come to Akron, and just like I said, the creativity, the explosiveness, you know, the shifts, the motions. It throws a lot at you, and you know, obviously, I hope I've grown sort of as a play caller, you know, since 2019. You know, to help the guys be in good spots. But no, the utmost respect for him and his staff and the way he coaches and how hard that offense plays. And so we got a big challenge.
He's rolling a bunch of quarterbacks in. How tough is it to prepare when there's a bunch of changes from series to series?
It's we seem to talk about that a fair amount. I don't know, you know, and you guys always say, how do you do against the back? Let's not talk about the backup. So, but no, they do. They have two very different styles, you know, with 0 and 13, and then, you know, they can even throw 10 in there a little bit. But, you know, one being far more mobile and can create and cue run game. The other one, you know, really a really good passer. You saw him come in against Morgan State and, you know, operate in the 2-minute drive, lead them all the way down to a touchdown, you know, can really spin it. So, no, you gotta be able to prepare for both. And the thing that you know about Coach Moorhead, his system, you know, is sort of his system, you know, and the quarterback is going to have to adapt to it. And so it's not as much about the quarterback as it is about the play caller.
Like we're talking a lot about Trevin every week and through camp. What's he given you with that ability to time those blitzes and get some pressure on the quarterback?
Yeah, I think everybody sees that suddenness, that twitch, it's kind of like a Tesla, right? You hit that accelerator, and it's such a smooth acceleration from 0 to 60. Like, you don't even realize how fast he is until, you know, 4 steps in, he's already on the quarterback, you know. And I think it takes offenses, you know, like they're like, man, I didn't think somebody could run through a hole that fast. And so we need him to continue to play at that level. Been obviously, you know, pleased with, you know, how he's played. There were some mistakes in that game that even he would like to have back, and you know, so we all have things to clean up. Excited about sort of how D-Jack is playing. He's playing really good football. The two of them right now are playing good football together, and they're complementing each other. So we need to continue to build on that, and you know.
Last one, guys. We got players over here waiting for you guys. Third down defense. Is that something in your experience varies a lot over the course of the season, or from game to game, or is it something where you're just good on third down, or you're not good on third down?
Yeah, no, you know, that's a great question. At times, third downs can be like turnovers, where it can come in bunches, and you can play, you know, really good in some games, and sometimes it's a matchup deal, like how certain windows match up, you know, and what style of defense you play can match up to a certain, you know, area of third down really well. And, you know, I just feel like where we need to be better is in that third and medium. And, you know, really it's a hard down and distance, right, at that 3 to 6, because, you know, if you want to get in man and sticky, and you know, they run all those mesh routes and picks, and, you know, you saw what happened against South Carolina last year, and we got a guy picked, and the next thing you know, it's a 45-yard gain on 3rd and 3. But then if you play zone, you know, if some guy doesn't match up just perfect, if the rush doesn't rush exactly right, the QB can scramble. Then some guy feels like I got to come out of coverage and he dumps over. So there's a lot of variables. The longer the down goes, the more exotic you can get, the more things you can do. So we've got to do, we got to keep them in some longer distance. I thought that's what we did last year really well. That's why we played such good third down defense. It was 7+ a large chunk, and we got to get back to that.
How just do you assess your play through 2 weeks of the season so far?
Through 2 weeks, I felt like after the first game, I could have played a lot cleaner. There were a lot of nerves. I felt like that I was kind of do too much, trying to make a play. Last week, I kind of adjusted and just played my game, did my job, did what my teammates needed me to do. Kind of communicated more. Well, did communicate more and made sure that I talked to my teammates more before and during the play. And then I just was a better leader. We've had a little bit more adversity this week, so I kind of had to step up in that way. But I can say that's what I did better from week 1 to week 2.
I know a lot of the adversities, third down, third and medium, then converting. What do you think the key is to getting
the key is really just locking in more, watching more film, especially on their third down, so that we can know what we're getting, and then just kind of communicate, talk to each other, make sure that we all know the call, we're all on the same page, that we're all playing the same thing.
How much of defensive football is just getting comfortable playing with everybody?
It's a lot because what teammates like to do what teammates are good in certain spots. Like I was telling people, playing with Trevin, you just kind of gotta just play ball. He plays so fast, and so when you got somebody like that, you just kind of let him kind of do his thing and just kind of play off of him. Same thing with Dion, kind of Dion gonna when he get a one-on-one, he's just gonna go to work, and so we just know we gotta be patient and play off of him. Yeah.
Brad kind of talked about how you guys are just a ways away from being the best defense you can be. What's missing, would you say?
Communication. That would be communication and consistency. That would be the biggest part for sure. From week 1 to week 2, that was the biggest thing was communication. Coach White felt like we were just playing the call instead of knowing where we were getting and playing our opponent. And so I felt like that was the difference between week 1 and week 2. We communicated more. We talked more pre-snap on what routes we were getting, just communication, period. So it helped us a lot. So as we get better doing that, we'll get better on third down on defense.
I think Coach Stoops mentioned that you guys didn't have any problem with that through camp.
Right.
And the scrimmages leading up. Why do you suppose it was a little bit of an issue?
I just say, we're used to going against our offense. And so when bullets are out there going a lot faster against our offense, you see one thing once, you kind of are used to it once you see it again, and then you get it in the game, and you're seeing it at a speed from a different opponent that you've never seen it before, and so you're just going based off the tape. So once we just get adjusted to that point and everybody just kind of gets their feet under them after these 2 games, I think going into week 3, we should execute really well on the defensive side of the ball, and it should show.
Zion, one area you guys.
What are some of those things that you guys are trying to fix?
Just trying to fix, the little errors, the little mental errors, getting the full call, making sure we got our checks right and everything like that, just executing at the highest level.
What's the mood been like this week at practice?
She actually just asked you that, but it's been very energetic. Like I said, just guys being eager to learn more, learn about the team that we're about to go against, and just learn what they like to do, try to figure out the scheme, and just continue to be happy and just have a great practice together.
So I don't think anybody's asked this yet. First pick, how did it feel?
Oh, man, it felt great. That was a big accomplishment for me. I was just so happy. I didn't know what to do. I ain't planning no celebrations, none of that. Whatever happened, happened. I was just excited to get the first one under my belt. And, I want to get some more under my belt.
Did you get a little, I don't want to say nervous, but that ball was hanging up in the air for a long time.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure I caught it. So, I kind of put it on my body a little bit, but I didn't want to drop the first one. But, next one, more confidence. I go in with my hands. Don't worry about it.
It was like a wide open layup.
Yeah,
you can't miss those.
Hey, I take a gift always.
In a moment like that, do you black out a little bit? You go back and watch it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I went back and watched it, and I saw my reaction. I was like, hey, I was happy. It was a genuine moment, so that's good,
What do you think you've learned through 2 weeks of just playing a ton of reps?
Just learning how to, slow the game down mentally and physically, just seeing everything happen, seeing everything unfold, and just sticking to my techniques and what we've practiced throughout the whole week.